Check, check. 1, 2. Is that better? Check, check. Is it back? Yes. Okay. Y'all, I hate OBS, the program that I'm using. Every time I do a stream, none of the settings change. And like, I don't physically change them, but somehow every time I open this application, something's different. The music doesn't work. My mic doesn't work. The video doesn't work. Anyways, we're back. Okay. So what I was saying is my favorite one Wii moment. Everyone, thank you for being here, for sticking it out through that. So anyways, favorite moment was one Wii for sure. What is a moment that I'd like to experience in the future? I want to play live with Dreamcatcher or ATs. I would be too intimidated to play with one Wii because Kanghyun is just so freaking good. But ATs or Dreamcatcher, I would love to play live with it. Or Stray Kids. Or Winner. Yeah. Any of those. All right. I would just love to play with someone live, or be on a recording. But I would really love to play with someone live. All right. I would collab with Mino yesterday if he wanted to. Like, I would be down so fast to collab with Mino or any of the Winner members, like, or Winner together. Like, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I've always said that if they ever go on tour, I'm getting like the VIP, whatever the meet and greet tickets are, because I know Kanghyun would know me and we would have a moment and he would sign the guitar. It would be precious. Anyways. All right, more from Ash. Do you have any K-pop unpopular opinions? And if you do, what is one of them? I do. So I want to preface what I'm about to say with the fact that I respect and completely understand from an outside perspective as much as I can what it takes to become an idol. It's extremely difficult. Like, the trainee period for the most part is like super hard and it's grueling, and to be an idol successfully, it's really hard, and I get that. And I don't want it to diminish any of that. However, I don't, and I'm gonna make some people mad, and I'm risking getting canceled for this. So, but here we go. I don't think Blackpink, the level of popularity they have, meets the quality of music and the performances that they do live. That's all I'm gonna say. I really enjoyed do or however you say the name of that song when it came out, but like no, let's not try to start anything else in the comments. But I, especially knowing that Winner, so like Blackpink got all of this money to go on, this massive world tour. They got an encore tour. There's a building down the street from us that's like the entire I'm talking like a 22-story building. The entire side of it, they painted an ad for the Born Pink like encore thing. Like, all of this money went in to Blackpink, and you have Winner under YG, and I get it. Like, the members have been in the military. Like, I get that. But why not give that money to Winner and send them out into the world where so many freaking people would pay to see them? That's all I'm saying. Anyways. We need to perform a protective barrier. Yeah, the blinks might come for me, but it's fine. I've just never, as performers, their music, the production is great, but as performers, even like the quality of the music, I remember when I don't even remember the name of the song. Was it Pretty Savage? Whatever the freaking Straight to Your Dome song was. I remember listening to that for the first time and being like, I've never heard an artist say so much and also say so little in a single song. Again, I respect them. It takes a lot of work to get to where they are. But I would like to see Winner get some of that money and some of that support. That's all I'm saying. So, anyways, there you go. And this is coming from Pink Venom. There you go. Thank you. I don't even remember the name of the song. This is coming from, like, I have a Blackpink cover on my channel. Like, and I will say the live band, the band 6 that they have used in the past, it's like an all black band. And Justin Lyons, the guitar player, they're insane. Like, they're super good. I respect the heck out of those guys. But yeah. Anyways, there's my hot take. So yeah. There you go. This is another question from Ash. If you could meet and befriend anyone in the world, living or dead, who would it be and why? That is a huge question. Huge question. Everyone's talking about Gaho's covers. Yo, Gaho just needs to take those songs as his own. That's all I'm saying. Those covers are immaculate. But anyways, if I could befriend anyone in the world, living or dead, who would it be and why? Cosmic, yes. If I could befriend anyone in the world, living or dead, who would it be and why? I don't know. That's a really good question. So there's a part of me that would really love to befriend. So there was a black photographer during the civil rights movement named Gordon Parks. I absolutely love his photography work. And I think like befriending anyone from that era and like hearing their stories and stuff would be insanely awesome. It's a bit more of a nerdy answer, but like I love photography too. I don't do it as much. Hey, later Victoria, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And for subbing to the membership. That's amazing. But yeah, I would say I would just love to hear his stories and his perspectives on photography and stuff like that. That would be really cool. Keanu Reeves would be a good one. I mean, obviously Kanghyun, I would love to like actually be his friend and just like hang out with him and like learn from him on guitar. That would be really cool. I'm trying to think. Anyone in the world, living or dead? I mean, Kanghyun would be a really good option because he's young enough too that we'd have a good long friendship. So yeah, probably one of those two people. Yeah, I am almost there. I'm like an eighth of the way there. So Ash also asked, when is the last time you laughed so hard you cried? I cannot remember the last time I laughed so hard I cried. However, I do remember the last time watching something made me cry. And that was episode 3 of The Last of Us. That episode freaking wrecked me. Like, I'm sure it did for everyone. But yeah, that episode, I cried a lot during that episode, especially towards the end. So if you know, you know. Yeah, Heather, it's some of the best TV I've seen in recent years by a landslide. And episode 3 is like, it's a tearjerker. Hardcore. Like, it will leave you extremely sad, but also it's extremely endearing too. So, all right. This is a really good question. So, this is from Audrey. Excuse me. Everyone's talking about Answer in the background. So Audrey says, not a question, but I want to say thank you for putting out such amazing covers. You're extremely welcome. Truly don't understand how you're able to make such complex and rich arrangements in such a short period of time. I guess now I do have a question. What is the process for arranging different guitar parts? What is the most challenging / rewarding part? I really admire your ear because every cover just totally enhances the quality of the song and makes the original 10 times better, which is so insanely kind. Thank you. So this is a really good question, and I could talk about this for another hour. So I'm gonna try to limit how nerdy I get with this. So the process for arranging different guitar parts. Hey, yo, what's up? Much love to Brazil. I have quite a few people from Brazil that watch my covers, and it's so freaking cool. So thank you for being here. But yeah, so when it comes to writing parts, it was beat into my head as a younger musician and then throughout school, because I went and got my bachelor's degree in music, that at the end of the day, the single most important thing is serving the song, right? So it's this concept of like, if the song requires you to solo for 5 minutes straight and that's what works, you do it. If the song requires you to play a single note in each verse, that's what you do. Now, obviously, it gets a little bit more complicated because I make guitar covers, and the point of the videos is to feature me on the guitar and add my own spin onto the song. So it's worth noting that I will always play more on these covers than I would ever play live with these artists. So like if AT's brought me on tour, there's no way I'd be playing as busy? That's not a word. As busy as I normally do. Like, I do a little too much, but the point of that is like, it's a guitar cover. I can have fun with it, you know? So like the process for arranging the guitar parts, first it's like, can the song handle 2 guitar parts? I think that's one of the first questions I ask is like, can I do 2? Like Red Sun, not a song that I could do 2. It just didn't work. It was 1 guitar part the whole time. Actually, I think there were 2 parts during the choruses or something, but it wasn't like the whole song, right? Other songs have been just a single guitar part. Most of my earlier covers were actually just single guitar parts. However, some of them work extremely well with 2 guitar parts. So that's like the first question. And then like the next question is like, what kind of a vibe does the song have? Or what kind of a vibe can I add into it? And then it gets really messy because it turns into me listening to the song like 1,000 times, getting ideas, and then sitting down and just hashing everything out. Some of the rules that I follow are not going over the vocal lines too much. So there are times that I will double a vocal line. For example, in Dune, plot twist that's coming out on Friday, there are definitely parts where I will like double vocal lines and double certain vocal moments, but I'm never going to play over the vocals because the whole point is for this to be kind of like me bringing my guitar underneath the artist and supporting them rather than it becoming all about me or me just like covering the melody the entire song. So I try to stay out of the way of the vocals. And then another rule that I try to follow is not doing too much. Sometimes I get really excited and I try to do all these like crazy cool things, or like I'll learn a new skill that week on guitar and I'm like, I'm going to put this in the cover. And then like I'll listen to it and I'm like, that was a little too much. This is just taking away from the whole experience. It's really difficult to put into words, but it's always about finding a balance of adding something really fun and new and unique, but making it also sound like it could have been there in the recording all along, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not going to shred for 3 minutes over a song, you know? It's all about listening to the dynamics and following that. You know, for S-Class, it was like writing parts, that fit really well with the beginning, and then like taking a completely different approach for that rap section and like doing some kind of like West Coast style hip hop guitar parts, like I listened to some Tupac and some of the older like classical rap artists to get an idea of like what guitar parts were like for those songs. So it's a very roundabout kind of fragmented and scatterbrained answer. But yeah. And then when it comes to writing rhythm and lead parts, it's all about complementing one another. A lot of times the rhythm will be the vehicle in which I'll add intensity to the song without adding complexity. So sometimes it's just hitting the chords over and over again. It's nothing complex, but it elevates the dynamics just a little bit. But of course, and you'll hear this in Dune, or in some of my other AT's covers during the rap sections, I rely more heavily on rhythm parts instead of like more lead-centered parts, because rap is a very rhythmic thing and it needs to be accented that way. So hopefully all of that made sense. But what is the most challenging? The most challenging part about it all is finding that balance of everything for every song, because every single song is different. And what is the most rewarding part? Finding that balance. Like it's the same thing. It's the most challenging thing, but when I hit it, it's super rewarding. Like when I can sit back, hit play in Logic, and hear the whole thing from start to finish, and it sounds cohesive, it sounds like it fits, and it sounds like me, that's the most rewarding part for sure. So yeah, I did a lot of, I did about a year and a half of playing in a cover band in college, and a lot of the songs, because of the structure of the band, I had to either write parts for or cover like really drastically different styles of music. So we would go from like Motown to like Walk the Moon to like country in a single set, Journey, like all these things. So I got really used to like having to be really creative with my part writing and fit in a band. And so a lot of those experiences really, really helped. Yeah, Willow, like, so I actually wanted to be a two-dimensional artist. How can I sound more nerdy? I wanted to be an illustrator, and I was really into anime and manga. Music kind of derailed that, but it is a very similar process. I'm sure of how can you create this cohesive, creative thing without distracting from the main purpose of the art that you're creating. And so and this is kind of an inside look, by the time I am uploading a video to YouTube, most of the covers take between 8 and 12 hours to complete. I don't know if that's going to sound like a lot to some people or sound like not a lot, but normally they're 8 to 12 hours between writing the parts, recording everything, and editing. And my friend JT plays guitar. He's a good friend of mine. His are very similar too. We've actually talked about how long it takes. So, Jeffrey, who is your biggest influencer guitarist? Let's see. Right now, I love Aaron Marshall from Intervals. He has such a good balance, and Plenty. They both, I love Polyphia too, but like in terms of like pulling things from my own actual style influence, like that type of influence, because like I can't play like Tim Henson. I would say Plenty and Aaron Marshall from Intervals are the two that like, and Kanghyun of course, but outside of K-pop, those are the two that like I would say stylistically I'm like, that's what I want to aspire to in different ways. So great question. All right. Let's see. Hey, Maribel. I don't know if Maribel's still here. I think I just saw a comment from Maribel. But shout out to Maribel for submitting a question. From Spain, by the way, which is insane. My question is, how do you see yourself in 10 years? Send a big hug, and as you already know, here you will always have my full support. Thank you so much. How do I see myself in 10 years? Well, the crazy thing is that in 10 years, I will be 39. I'll be like a year away from 40, which is insane. But in 10 years, I would. Hey, what's up, Maribel? How's it going? I really want to be. I want to have a stronger mind, and more mental and emotional stability than I have now. I'm working on that right now, but I just want to be strong, and I want to be happy and at peace. So that's one goal for 10 years. Obviously I would love to still be doing this. I would imagine that this is going to happen before then, but I would love to hit 100,000 subscribers before then. That's kind of my next goal. I mean, heck, if I hit 1 million in the next 10 years, that would be insane. I've never thought about hitting that number, but who knows what can happen. But I want to be strong. I want to be happy, and I want to be at peace. I want to continue doing this. I really love. Hey, see you later. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, sleep well. But yeah, so I would love to have played on a recording or played with an artist at least once. But yeah, I mean, it's funny. I feel like your dreams when you're younger are like super grand and super crazy. You want to be famous, or you want to be this like huge influencer, or you want to be a millionaire or something like that. And then you become an adult and you have to start, you start working and you pay bills, and the goal shifts, at least it has for me, to just being comfortable and content. You know what I'm saying? Like being out of debt, like not being super rich, but being able to live comfortably, doing what I love still, you know, being strong. Hey, awesome. Maribel, thank you. I'm glad to hear it. So yeah, it's nothing lofty, but I just want to be a better version of myself, and I want to continue on the line of success that I'm on right now, if that makes sense. Great question, though. Really good question. Makes me think in a way that I haven't recently. So, yeah, thank you for that. Amy has a few questions. Amy Addison, what is your MBTI type? I don't remember what it is, but I'm the counselor, I think, the last time I took it. I've never really paid attention to those a ton, but I'm pretty sure I was the counselor. Yeah, that's true, Ash. Thank you for that. How long have you been playing guitar for? Great question. 15 years. I started the summer. I started my 8th grade year in school, and then got my first electric guitar after that summer of my 8th grade year. So yeah, 15 years, crazy. What is my favorite color? Right now, it's lavender. Pink and lavender are my two favorites right now, if you can't tell by my guitar choices. my two favorite guitars are shell pink and lavender. I love those colors. What is an unpopular K-pop opinion you have? Already kind of went over that. So yeah, Blackpink, the whole Blackpink thing. Someone says, what is your favorite concert that you've ever been to? I might have missed the person that submitted this, but anyways, what is your favorite concert you've ever been to? P.S. So excited for the Dune cover. Yeah, I'm pumped for that. Favorite concert that I've been to? Probably ATEEZ. ATEEZ, for sure. Like, hearing the entire stadium screaming "Break the Wall" during Gorilla, like the entire thing felt like it was shaking. It's so fun. And if you want to relive that, I have a concert vlog that is like a kind of a shortened recap of the entire concert. So go check that out. It's a lot of fun. Took me like 8 hours to edit, but it was worth it. Someone asked, which year did I get into K-pop? I got into K-pop in 2018, I think. 2018. Hey, thank you, Cosmic. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think it was 2018 because it was originally BTS. Go figure. I feel like everyone has a BTS help get me into K-pop story. It is, Ash. It is. For those concerts, I ended up having, for all of the concerts that I go to, I end up having like between 35 and 50 gigs worth of footage from my phone. So it's a heavy load for sure. But yeah, so 2018, I think, because I got into ATs like right after they debuted. I've been an AT&E almost the entire time. 2, if you could travel to any country in the world, where would you go and why? I feel like South Korea is like the easy answer, right? So I'm gonna exclude Korea from this because, like, I feel like obviously South Korea is on the top of my list. I've got friends in South Korea. I've always wanted to go, take my camera and just like film stuff, take pictures, just like enjoy all the vibes. But because it's the obvious choice because of what I do on YouTube, I would say I'd love to go to Japan. Absolutely love to go to Japan. I mentioned this before, but I did martial arts for 9 years. I was super into anime and manga. Despite all of the controversy around it, Rurouni Kenshin is still my all-time favorite manga and anime, separate from what Watsuki did, obviously. And like, I love Japanese culture. So I would love to go to Japan. It's beautiful. Same thing as Korea, though. They're both beautiful places. The people are insanely cool, and the food and the culture is just amazing. So, yeah, there we go. Let me see if I'm missing anything in the chat right now. Yeah, Kenshin, Ash, for my birthday back in May, you'll appreciate this. For my birthday back in May, I found a mint condition, basically brand new set of all 28 or 29 volumes, and I bought it as a set. I was reading through all of the Harry Potter books at the time. I was in the very beginning of Deathly Hallows. I'd gotten that far. I got these, and I literally was like, I gotta take a break, and I read through all of Rurouni Kenshin again from start to finish in like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Like, it was insanely fast. So anyways, my favorite anime adaptations into live action by a landslide are those Rurouni Kenshin movies. If you're looking for a great, faithful recreation of an anime in live action, the Rurouni Kenshin movies are insanely good. Yes. So what I got was, I actually need to mention, I got the three volume ones, like the ones that have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got those, the three volume ones. So, anyways, little tangent on Rurouni Kenshin there. Literally, Rurouni Kenshin is the reason why I started karate. So, anyways, huge impact on my life. Okay, so let's see. Someone asked, if you had to choose between Dune and Wake Up, what would it be? The chorus of Wake Up is heavenly, y'all. But I would have to say, because of the amount of time that I've spent with Dune recently, I would pick Dune. Because every time I cover a song, 2 things happens. 1, by the end of it, I don't want to listen to the song for about 2 weeks. And then 2, I get a super deep appreciation for every part of the song, and I'm there with Dune right now. Like, I have such a deep appreciation for Dune and all of the little intricacies that they put in, so I'm gonna have to go with that. But yes, Jongho's vocals on Wake Up are insane, so it's hard to choose. But I would for right now, I would say Dune. They also asked, what if ATs take you to perform on the next ATs concert tour, or the Edenary team invites you to work together? Do you want that? Absolutely. I can't say any specifics, and nothing has come of this. That's my disclaimer. Nothing has come of this. But I am directly connected with one of the producers and the writers that has been on the last two eras, the AT's album eras. So starting with the Gorilla albums and then obviously this most recent one. I don't know what's going to come of that. But we are directly connected with one another. We've talked some. And I'm not going to say who or like, obviously, like literally, I wouldn't lie. Nothing has come of this yet. Nothing is happening. But yeah, so that was kind of crazy. But we're connected now, and I would work with him in a heartbeat. Like, even if it was just like a single chord stab or something on song, I would do that. But like my ultimate dream would be to play with AT's live. I really miss playing live, and I would absolutely love to be on a stage with AT's, feel the energy from ATini, and play a part in the production like that. It's just that would be a freaking dream. So, hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Fun fact: I love this song. I have such a guilty pleasure love for this song. But yeah, I would absolutely love to work with AT's in any capacity. Crayon Markers says, congrats on 15K. Thank you so much. My question is, what's your favorite One We song to listen to? And if there's time, which Kanghyun guitar piece / solo would you want to learn? Great question. Favorite One We song to listen to? Montage has a special place in my heart, but Aurora, oh man, I think my favorite song. Hey, see you later. Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy your sleep. Jeopardy theme. Yeah, I would say my favorite song to listen to. I have two, depending on the mood. If I'm in a like, get me pumped up, like get me musically inspired, it's Montage. But if I'm just looking for a beautiful song that checks all the boxes, everything I'm looking for in a song, it's going to be Aurora for sure. Yeah, Aurora. Now, which Kanghyun guitar piece solo would you want to learn? So there are also two. My ultimate goal would be to learn Montage. That solo is beyond my capabilities right now. I've started learning it. I've started transcribing it. It's really it's so hard, y'all. Like it's the most difficult solo I've ever tried to learn. So Trauma, I also love Trauma. The solo for Trauma is also very much out of my ability. There's a reason why I haven't covered those songs, and it's so funny. Like every time I do a One We cover, there's always people that come out of the woodworks and like, you should cover Montage, you should cover Trauma, and I'm like, I would literally have to take a month off from my job and just work on that full time. Like it would be insane. But one of the things, and I've not been very good at practicing this, but I really want to have Space learned and covered for Kanghyun for when he gets out of the military, since we're friends, you know. I would love to learn Space, and I've already started learning it. Again, I've already started transcribing that out. There's a video of him playing it live on a V Live, and I literally ripped it off before V Live like wasn't a thing anymore, and I put it in Final Cut and watch it at a super slow speed so I could watch his hands. But yeah, Kanghyun is like, I cannot understate how talented and like technically solid as a musician he is. Like on the surface, yes, he's an idol and he's a phenomenal guitarist, but as a guitarist who's been playing for 15 years, who can dissect everything he does fairly accurately, his technique is flawless. Like, and his musicality is insane. It's mind-blowing. Yeah, I need to get working on Space again, but I'm really bad at practicing. So yeah, he does. Yeah. Crayon Markers. He had no reason to post those videos of him playing freaking Montage, the solo for Montage, blindfolded. Like, It's insane. It's insane. Hey, Heather, thank you so much for being here. Have a good evening. Oh, yo, K-pop sync. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's super kind of you. So yeah, I'm gonna try to cover space for sure. And the last question that got submitted via the form: what are 3 things you can't live without? Coffee and my coffee gear. I'm a huge craft coffee addict. I make flash brewed pour overs every single day, mostly twice a day. So coffee gear, headphones, my Bluetooth headphones. I use those sometimes 7-8 hours a day. And my family, for sure. I feel like guitar would be like a cheesy, like overly obvious thing. But I was thinking about this, and I was like, what happens? Like if I ever lost my hands or the ability to play guitar or whatever, like I would be able to live, but I would still need access to music and probably coffee, and obviously my family. But I mean, obviously guitar is one of those things too. Like I can go weeks without playing, but there's always a time where I need to play again. So, yeah. But great questions, everyone. Those are all the questions that were submitted. Are there any concerts? Cosmic, no. Was going to go to KCON LA because we went last year. And then KCON LA was a dumpster fire. An absolute dumpster fire of an experience for people. They did not keep the fans in mind when they made decisions about ticketing this year. And so I didn't get tickets. I really wanted to see ATs again because I got to see them. The first time I ever saw ATs live was KCON last year before the Break the Wall tour. But for the price, and it just wasn't, I hate to say that it wasn't worth it because all of the artists that are going to be there are worth it. Like, I'd love to see Rain. Taemin, like, Shonu and Hyungwon, like, all of this, like, the more, Taeyong, like, I loved his solo comeback. Like, I would love to see all these people, of course, Stray Kids and ATs and all of the other, like, in mix. But, like, for the cost, I can't do it. I can't do it. And I feel really bad for people that really wanted to go and they would have to travel. Because, like, for me, I can literally get on the metro, ride it downtown. I don't have to even drive. But it's insane. So, yeah. It was really crowded last year, too. Yeah, so. Jeffrey asks, do you use different guitars depending on the song? Yes. Yep. The Purple Majesty, my Ernie Ball Majesty, that is the same one that Kanghyun has, that's the heavy boy, because it's got active pickups. It chugs the best. And then my Lavender guitar is now kind of the, like, if I ever need to do something in the vein of Polyphia or like more hard rock, or like it's such a versatile guitar because of the pickup selection, like the switching. So it's kind of my Swiss Army knife guitar. My pink guitar now is like, I'll use that for some of the same tones, but it's also, if I need to do something a little bit more soft or more classic, kind of Strat sounding. And then the black Telecaster style guitar is that's the one that I really like to pull more ambient tones from, which is why I used it on Aurora. But of course, I needed, like, for Cruel, I needed like a thin but like gnarly kind of tone for that. So I ended up using the Telecaster for that. But yeah, I mean, it just comes down to, like, I've played with the guitars enough that I know what each of them sounds like, what each of them plays like, and what each has to offer. And I pick based on what the needs of the songs are. So, or if I need 24 frets versus 22. So, yeah. K-pop sync. But if you could choose 2 groups to do a collaboration, which groups would it be? ATEEZ and Dreamcatcher, for sure. I mean, I would love to collaborate with OneWe, but I would honestly be too nervous to do anything with one. I feel like with ATs and Dreamcatcher, I could do it confidently enough without having to be too self-conscious. But yeah, those two for sure. But all right, there we go. All of the questions. We've been going for a while. I need to eat dinner. I haven't eaten dinner yet. What are my favorite rock metal bands? Really quickly. I love a lot of instrumental music. So Plenty, Polyphia, Intervals. I really love August Burns Red. That's kind of a deeper cut. August Burns Red was one of my favorites. Still is. Memphis Mayfire is one of my favorites. There was a band called 4 Year Strong that I used to love a lot. I have an early start tomorrow. Hey, see y'all later. Hey, see you later, Jeffrey. Yes, I am. For those of you who are curious, I am married. Yes. I don't cover that part of my life very much for privacy reasons, but yes. Any other questions before we wrap up? Anything else? Anyone? Anything that you've... thank you. I appreciate that. Any burning questions that you've been wanting to know, K-pop or otherwise? I feel like this has been a really good balance of like non-K-pop music stuff, K-pop stuff specifically. Hey, you're so welcome, Ash. Thank you for your support. Seriously, it means the world. Hey, yo, is that JT? Did my friend JT make an appearance? The man, the myth, the legend, all the way from Thailand? Oh my goodness. What is my favorite pizza topping? Yo, pepperoni, dude. Pepperoni and bacon. The combination. I love those. Oh, thank you so much, K-Pop Sync. I appreciate that. Hey, thank you so much, Cosmic. Seriously. Everyone has been so positive and supportive. I can totally talk. Thank you. Seriously, everyone. Thank you so much. Hey, you're so welcome, Sheber. I was actually kind of hoping that Cheeto was going to make an appearance, but I think he's sleeping still. Pineapple? No, dude. I can't do that. I'm sorry. I can't do pineapple on my pizza. Is there any other instrument besides guitar that you play or tried? I had to play piano some for my degree. So I can play some piano. I can play bass because a lot of the skills are the same, but they are not the same. And I can always, every time I say that, I can hear the bassists begin to like get their pitchforks and torches. It's a very different instrument, very different skill set. But if I needed to fake bass playing, I could. So, yeah, cats do really have the hardest lives. Mint chocolate chip. Yo, I love mint chocolate chip. I don't know if that's controversial or not, but I've always loved mint chocolate chip. My favorite season is Christmas season because of the mint chocolate stuff that comes out. So, oh, thank you so much. Anytime someone says they have goosebumps, I'm just like, mission accomplished. I did my job well. So thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. Yeah, I never understood the whole mint choco thing, like being so polarizing, but I've always loved it. I've loved it ever since I was a kid, so like way before it became a thing. So I don't eat it as much nowadays, but I have no problem enjoying it. Hey, that's totally fine. I mean, it does. If you get something that's not mixed correctly, I can totally get the toothpaste taste. but like I love mint. I enjoy the taste of a good like a minty toothpaste. So, anyways, hey, thank you so much. No, do not have kids. Nope, and do not want any. I have a cat that acts like a child most of the time. So, oh hey, see you later, Cosmic. Thank you for being here. Yeah. But yeah. All right, everyone. I think it's time. I need to adopt me. No. Trust me. I have enough going on. Goodness, it's 4:35. Yo, go get some rest, please. Thank you for being here, but like get some rest. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Maribel. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm fine with the cat. But all right, I think I'm gonna I love mint, but not with chocolate. That's okay. We can still be friends, JT. We can still be friends. By the way, for everyone that has not checked out JT's channel, also Rob Ethereal. Those two guys are insanely talented, and they make K-pop covers that are insanely good. So go, JT plays guitar, Rob Ethereal, go check them out. We have like our own little group of guitar buddies that we keep up with one another. So really quickly, Daniel. Hopefully I'm not saying that incorrectly. I found out about ATs randomly hearing them in the car, and it was because of Jongho. And then Pirate King, I heard Pirate King, and I was like, yeah, that's they're different. No. Andrew's not, for everyone who is watching the chat, Andrew's not doing a dance cover. No one wants that. In fact, I will probably lose about 10,000 subscribers over that. So not doing dance covers. So, but you should definitely go check out JT's channel if you haven't already. All right, later, Ash. Perfect. We'll talk soon. All right, y'all. Speaking of which, I need to take a break for the night and go get some food because I'm hungry. Thanks, Willow. All right. So everyone, again, all of you who are here live and watching later in the stream, the playback, thank you again for all the amazing support for 15,000 subs. It's still mind-blowing to me, and it's something that I will never take for granted. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Everyone else who's been here, thank you so much for being here and chatting with me. For everyone who submitted a question, thank you so much. Seriously, I can't thank you enough. It's been so much fun. I always have so much fun with these after I get over the nerves at the beginning. So anyways, and thank you everyone for making it through the midway point where my mic decided to die on me. Thanks for weathering that storm with me. So if you found yourself here and you didn't know there was a part 1, there's a part 1. So go check that out too. Anyways, everyone, much love. Peace out. I will talk to all of you later. Have a great evening or a great morning or whatever time of day it is. And yeah, go live the dream. All right. Do it for me. Anyways.